Per Ian Rappaport, free agent wide receiver Kendrick Bourne is visiting with the 49ers on Monday and the Washington Commanders on Tuesday. Source said, the framework of a deal is in place for both, just in case. Let's talk about it. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Help me to get there. Hit that notification bell as well. So, I talked about this the other day. I said Kendrick Bourne. It was a surprise, shocking cut from the Patriots, and he has been released. Now, you can claim him if you want to make a deal with him. The 49ers and the Commanders are the first two teams to schedule a meeting with him. Does this mean a deal is going to get done? No. Does this mean a deal, is going to happen tomorrow? No. Does this mean the Commanders are heavily planning to sign KJ Osborne? No. But I would pay attention to Ian Rappaport's his structure of that tweet. He says the 49ers on Monday, Commanders on Tuesday. The 49ers could very well sign Kendrick Bourne on Monday night if they like what they see. So the point of this is the Commanders have the second crack at Kendrick Bourne. And so if Monday doesn't go well, that's a good sign because the Commanders have a chance to sign him. But the Commanders might not even get a chance to sign him. They might not even get a chance to meet with him if the meeting with the 49ers goes well. So the schedule, that really matters. Monday, 49ers, Tuesday, Commanders. So we got to hope he makes it till Tuesday because boy, do I want I keep calling him KJ Osborne, Kendrick Bourne to be a receiver for the Commanders. We want him as a wide receiver 6. People say, oh, he's 30. Oh, he's old. We're not asking him to be the wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5. We're asking him to be the wide receiver 6, maybe eventually step into a role as the wide receiver 5 when Luke McCaffrey, hopefully something happens to him because he looks like trash. But I hate to pile on Luke like that, but he does, right? I need KJ Osborne Kendrick Bourne to take over Luke McCaffrey's spot this season. I would love to see that. So I'm very happy to see this report. I am very stoked to see it. We could use a 6 wide receiver. The Commanders did not like what they saw from KJ Osborne, Michael Gallup, Chris Moore, understandably so. And they're looking to add another guy, apparently. Kendrick Bourne is on the table for the Commanders. So this is very interesting. I need me Kendrick Bourne. And this dude, so let's look at his stats from last year. They're not great. He had 28 receptions, 305 yards, 1 touchdown, 10.9 yards on average. But this is better than what we have now as a backup wide receiver. And we could use another wide receiver. Like Noah Brown, I hate to say this, but he hasn't made it through a full season in his NFL career. What do we expect to happen this year? It already happened this offseason, an injury for Noah Brown. Like, he's going to get injured. I hate to say it, but he's going to get injured, sadly. So, I don't want Luke McCaffrey to have to step up. I wouldn't like a rookie in Jalen Lane to step up, but we're kind of getting more comfortable with him. I'd love to have that 30-year-old veteran wide receiver who's been there, done it. He's been to a Super Bowl. I'd love to have him step in and be your backup, and then fill in when he needs to. Because he's done it in the league before. And he had quite a bit of yards than Luke McCaffrey last year. Like, I hate to keep piling on Luke, but, it's just true. Like, we'd rather have Kendrick Bourne. That's a guy you'd rather have. So, I think the Commanders should make it happen, but that's if we get a chance after the 49ers. Like, the 49ers could ultimately sign him right after they meet with him on Monday. Commanders never get a chance to meet with him. But I think this could be a great addition to the wide receiver room. I do. I think he's better than the guys like we had before. I said, I think he's better than KJ Osborne, better than Chris Moore, better than Michael Gallup, better than a rookie in Ja'Cory Brooks. Like, he's just better than those guys, and he'd give you solid depth at the receiver position, at least for this year. It'd be a 1-year deal that they would sign him to. And so I'm really intrigued to see. And we would have to release a guy to get Kendrick Bourne. we'd have to release a guy. So I don't know who that would be. Maybe Ali Cajo. Like, Ali Cajo, you were on this roster for a day and 2 days. And, with the weekend, it would be like 5 to 6 days. You had a few practices. Thank you for your service, but we have to make room for Kendrick Bourne. So who are we releasing to get Kendrick Bourne? That's my question. Okay. But again, we might not even get a chance to get Kendrick Bourne. I think this would be an awesome thing if we could get him, but the Commanders will meet with him on Tuesday. I would really love this. He was Kendrick Bourne, he was with Adam Peters when Adam Peters was a scout for the Patriots. Like, Adam Peters, we know how he does. He always goes back to his old players. Like, he wants him. Okay. So it's just if he can get there first. But if he can, I'd say go ahead and do it. I'd be in favor of it. I mean, the wide receiver room right now is trash. Like, you're developing Ja'Cory Brooks, but Ja'Cory Brooks isn't anything now. You have Chris Moore on the practice squad, but he drops every ball. Like, he can't catch. Kendrick Bourne can catch. Kendrick Bourne had 300 yards last year. Like, there's a lot to love about Kendrick Bourne, which makes me think the 49ers are probably going to go ahead and sign him before we can even get to him. So that would suck, but we're going to have to figure out who to release if we can get Kendrick Bourne. That's the only problem with this. But yeah, you guys are going to call me crazy. He's 30 years old. Like, I understand that, but the dude played with Adam Peters in San Francisco, and the dude played with the Patriots. And sorry, I said he was with Adam Peters with the Patriots. He was with Adam Peters with San Francisco. Okay. He's had an 800-yard season in his career, and that was back in 2021. Like, yes, he slowed down, but like, he's had a great year, and he had 5 touchdowns that year too. Like, this is a proven veteran you'd bring in, and he'd be a solid addition to this room. He'd be a really solid addition to this room, and a great depth piece. I'd love to have Kendrick Bourne as a depth piece here. I'd love it. Okay, so bottom line is Kendrick Bourne is meeting with the Washington Commanders on Tuesday. Can we get our hands on him? Can we at least get a meeting in with him? I'll be happy. Okay, but if the 49ers pass on him Monday, like, it might be a bad sign. Maybe he didn't have a good workout. So maybe you just don't go ahead and sign him if you're the Commanders anyway, even if you get a chance. But I love this move for the Commanders. I think Adam Peters should go all in for this move. And Adam Peters, like I said this earlier, I said he always goes to his old guys. He always finds a way to get his old guys on the roster. We saw it with Noah Brown last year. I'm not saying Noah Brown was one of Adam Peters' guys, but we saw them sign a wide receiver a week before week 1. We could very well sign Kendrick Bourne on Tuesday afternoon, after the workout, after the meeting. Like, we saw Adam Peters do it with Noah Brown last year. Apparently, they didn't feel like the depth in the receiver room was good enough. I think this year, in a Cliff Kingsbury offense, you just seemed like you'd keep 6 wide receivers. But you're not going to keep 6 wide receivers and the last guy be trash. Like, you're not going to keep Michael Gallup, Chris Moore, KJ Osborne. You're not going to keep those guys because they can't catch. But Kendrick Bourne has proven that he can catch. Kendrick Bourne has proven that he still has game. Like, Kendrick Bourne has proven that he is still good. So I'm all in favor of this move. I don't think, like, there's a real better wide receiver out there like Gabe Davis. There's other guys, but you want a guy that you don't have to pay anything, that you can give a 1-year contract, that you don't, it's not like a high-risk move. It's a low-risk move. You see what he does next year, and then if he does bad, you get him out of here. But you would have solid depth at the receiver position this year. So that's why I think it would be a good move. I'd love to add another guy. And I said, like, Terry could have a slow start. Noah Brown's probably going to get hurt. Deebo Samuel isn't exactly non-injury prone. Luke McCaffrey just sucks. Dude, I hate to keep piling on Luke McCaffrey, but he does. He sucks. Jalen Lane's a rookie. So, you'd rather get a guy like Kendrick Bourne than have to pull up because I guarantee you, Chris Moore is the first guy that they go ring the phone on. I don't know why he's back on the practice squad, but I guarantee you if someone went down, they needed an extra receiver, and we didn't have anybody else in there, they'd ring up Chris Moore's phone. I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to have to do that. I don't. I can't watch another game of Chris Moore dropping footballs. So, but that's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. As always, Commanders to meet with Kendrick Bourne on Tuesday. Interesting news. 49ers could grab him, obviously, on Monday, right after their meeting. I'd pay attention to the way that tweet was structured by Ian Rappaport. 49ers have the first dibs on him, so we'll see what ends up happening. So, hail to the Washington Commanders. As always, have a great rest of your night.